Good morning, YouTube. Good to see you again. So today is going to be a little bit of a different topic. I published an article this morning on LinkedIn, a rather amusing article, if I do say so myself, concerning fake book marketplace. I'm not a big fan of fake book, but I do have some in my family that are a fan of fake book, and they get on there. Occasionally, I'll get on there to scope out the marketplace, see if there's anything to buy, but usually it's pretty dismal. Every now and then you'll find a deal. But what I wanted to speak about was the buyers. The sellers are pretty bad on Facebook, but the buyers on Facebook Marketplace are just atrocious. And this is why I say that. I've had multiple experiences with them. My wife will post stuff, or other family members, and we'll go to sell something, receive interest, and people won't even show up. There's one. There's some excuse. I've got to catch a bus. I didn't understand that was today. I had to work late. And this is after you already set up the transaction earlier that day, which these excuses are pretty poor. So there's the not showing up part. There's the, is this item still available, which I understand to be an auto response. Someone had to show me that. But even still, once they ask that and you say, yes, it's still available, crickets. It's like they're just casually browsing. They don't understand how the transaction is supposed to go, or they offer a ridiculously low offer. All these things are occurring on the fake book marketplace. And I finally had a discussion yesterday with someone, and it dawned on me what the problem is. These younger people on Facebook, they don't know how to transact business in person. They don't. They're scared to some extent. It's new. It's scary. When I get on the computer or on the smartphone and I go on Amazon and I click, 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 and it shows up to my house, that's easy. After I've done that for 10, 15 years, me contacting a stranger, that's a scary prospect. Am I supposed to meet them at their house? Pick it up on their porch? I'm supposed to meet them at a gas station? What am I supposed to do? They just don't know how to set up the deal. And that's more and more evident. Now, to me, and the person I was speaking with, that's shocking. That is, I just can't fathom not being able to do that. But I think it's a reality. I truly do. I went to auctions and swap meets and all sorts of stuff when I was younger. Trade days, flea markets. Went with family members to buy used cars. You name it. Went all over. Did all sorts of transactions in person, one-on-one. Negotiating price, setting terms, what have you. Signing the backs of titles. It is old hat to me. But if I were a person who had never had those experiences, would hop in on the marketplace and set up a transaction at a gas station with some stranger asking for cash when I don't carry cash, would that be an issue for me? Perhaps it would. I remember there was another transaction that I made on the marketplace last spring. I ended up having to buy a video card for a computer, a rather high-end one, for some programming I was doing. And, you would have thought we were trying to negotiate for a car. It was very, very hard to get him to meet. And he agreed, we'll go meet at the police station. That's fine. But it's, I don't know. It's just, there's lots of fakery on the fake book. So I say that to say this. If you too are struggling with the Facebook marketplace, I go to Craigslist. I'm still that old of a dinosaur. Craigslist, I've always had good luck with it. Things are what they are. Pretty easy transactions for the most part. People that go on Craigslist are there to sell. People that shop on Craigslist are there to buy. eBay is fine. But the Facebook marketplace, you're going to have to spell it out for these people. Now, you should be doing this in all your posts when you post an item for sale. So this is going to be very good education for all of us here. But the more you tell, the more you sell. So when you set up an item description, it needs to be extremely thorough. It needs to have a story and a history behind it. But you also need to set up the terms of the transaction. And you're thinking, well, I shouldn't have to do that. Well, you do have to do that. And why do you have to do that? Because it's your responsibility to. It's not theirs. You're the one who owns the item, not them. You set the terms of the transaction. So be specific. Say, I'm only going to meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m., and we're going to meet at this location. If you agree to buy this item, that's what's going to happen. Bring cash in an envelope, 20s. However you want it. Be very specific on how you want it. That way there's no question. Ambiguity is the enemy of a sale. Ambiguity is the enemy of a sale. It will hold people up. It will make people question, make people doubt. They won't understand what's going on. You have to remove that for them. And these fake book folks, they really need it removed for them, like in a bad way. They just, when they're hit with ambiguity or they're hit with having to make a decision, they can't do it. You're going to have to help them out. So, I don't know. Perhaps I'm the only one that has experienced this. Perhaps I'm the lone wolf. Perhaps I'm the crazy one. Who knows? But if you've experienced this on the fake book marketplace, then try it. Help them out a little bit. Give them a very apt description. This is how everything's going to proceed. We're going to do this, and this in this time frame, in this order, and see if you don't have better luck. I don't know. Maybe you won't. It's pretty dismal out there, but I don't know. Good luck to you. Bye, YouTube.